What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. We're gonna review the Manchester United 1-1 versus Fulham. But before we do, let's dive right into the neighboring channels. We have Forever United TV saying, oh, same old, same old. We have KG saying Manchester United not good enough. Then we have not good enough from the Football Terrace as well. And if we go down further down, we have KG and I don't know, if you say nothing changed, you're right. Then same old issues from the United stand. Flex is saying Bruno had a shocker. Then we have rants from no other than, Flying Pig United. But finishing off with Alice saying disgusting. I hate Manchester United already. Guys, this is Mick Ruby gonna give your realistic fan reaction 24 hours later. Are you good for it?
And Garnacho!
Has the Premier League ever been more challenging?
Will you be in the dugout at Old Trafford on Sunday? I will be here. Definitely. I don't know.
Okay, let's go.
Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. It's Mick Ruby with his realistic reviews. Yesterday, I couldn't pull myself together to do a match reaction show. I actually tried to do 3 recordings, but the Tourette's got the better half of me. I mean, I was biting my tongue, to be honest. It was so hard to actually find the positives and the negatives to put in a compiling video reaction. And then I went on and looked at my neighboring channel and it was all negative. I didn't see one single channel doing anything positive. But let's break it down from an analytic perspective. Of course, 1-1 was the result and that is real, right? But what really happened in this game and why are these fan channels, neighboring channels, which I do respect and they're all my friends at the end of the day, overreacting? This is game 2 in Rúben Amorim's second season in campaign, or is it actually his second season because he came in mid-season? Of course, we still have the recruitment window still open. We still know that we're going to get Semi Lemonsins, and we're going to talk about first and foremost the goalkeeper. Right, this was clear and obvious that Marco Silva, the genius Portuguese manager on the other dugout, was targeting our weak goalkeeper. They probably started the Arsenal game and they understood that an in-swinging corner is the best to hurt us, because if you look at the first half, we were kind of off the blocks, really, really good. It was crisp passes, it was counter-attacking football, it was relentless for Manchester United. But then as soon as they got a corner, Sasha Lukic was utilizing his in-swinger, and we could see the frailties of Bayındır. 100%. He looked pretty lost. He looked like a soft poof. Not a goalkeeper that is actually commanding and confident in the box. Like, he's 6'4" tall, for crying out loud. You should absolutely can't stomp your ground and just go out and grab the ball. But he doesn't do that, right? He instead is standing there wrestling with the Fulham players, like tickling them a little bit. Ooh, I tickle you. Ooh, I tickle me, and then you miss the ball. So that's not going to be the way we move forward. But let's break it down. Was it really bad? Second game into the Premier League. In my opinion, it's a rock and hard place. Yes, first half I would say kudos. We playing away. Craven Cottage, not an easy ground to play. But in my opinion, first half we shocked everyone. We came off the block like prime Arsenal. When they went for the guillotine choke the first 20 minutes, trying to score. And I was thinking to myself, how on earth did we not be 3 goals up in the first half? We had Cunha missing chances. We had Patrick Dorgo missing chances. We had so many opportunities. And of course, we had the judo swing on Mason Mount that led to a VAR check and a penalty. And I was thinking Bruno Fernandes stepping up, that is confidence, that is Mr. Confidence, Mr. Fernandes himself, got to score. I was confident, but lo and behold, you saw that the referee was kind of nudging into it and disrupted him. And then you saw Leno going up and disrupting Bruno. But Bruno should know better. You take a reset. It's like you're playing golf, right? If you're lining up the tee shot, pretty much knowing exactly where you're going to put the shot, and then somebody starts talking to you or the wind starts blowing and the ball falls up, what do? Of course, that's disrupting your concentration, but you regroup again and do the same swing and in delivery as per usual. But what did Bruno do? He sprayed it over the crossbar, and the ball went all the way to Sainsbury car park, I would say. Whoever got that ball was lucky. Sorry, that was my alarm to say the Manchester United wasn't that bad after all. If you know, you know. But let's talk about Bruno Fernandes, because I think that Bruno Fernandes had a stinker of a game. Bruno Fernandes is being deployed to play deeper this season, and he looks a little bit lost, right? Yeah, there was moments where he was spraying his register passes, but we miss Bruno's lethalness in front of the goal. I thought that Bruno Fernandes was for fault for the 1-1 goal. We're going to come up to that later. But if we dissect the first half, I think that Rúben Amorim set up his team quite well, right? Matías Cunha looked dangerous in the first half, playing as a number 9. But then in the second half, when actually our striker came in, he dropped down to number 10. But everyone kind of disappeared. Mbeumo, Cunha, and of course the same old. I agree with the same old. We don't feed the striker. Why did we buy the £64 million striker if we didn't feed him? But in the first half, Manchester United should have been 3-0 up. We should have, but we didn't, right? Bruno Fernandes missed a penalty, and one common denominator with this team that keeps following us like cancer is the confidence. If our team doesn't score in the first half, if we miss those opportunities, we see the body languages, we see the heads dropping instead of fighting for it. And that stems down to the captain on the pitch. Captain sets the tone for the remaining of the team. A captain should say, come on, guys, I missed the penalty. Let's go. Let's give them a little bit of a whoop ass. But instead, in the second half, they came out, and I think that Rúben Amorim saw enough just 10 minutes into the second half and did instant substitutions. Hooked out Mason Mount, put in, Cunha as a number 10, put in absolutely Benjamin Sesko from the 15th minute. And I'm thinking, here we go. Benji's going to score. Benji's going to do Benji jumping. Benji good in the air. But we didn't put crosses into the box for Benji to do so. What happened instead is something that nobody's talking about. We're going to talk about Marco Silva's masterclass, outclassing Rúben Amorim's tactics. Because one thing that was a threat was Manchester United relentlessness of putting fast balls up to the channel for Mbeumo to run on, for Cunha to run on. We were really good in the first half, but this is what Marco Silva recognized. So he did tweaks. Yeah. He put in Emil Smith-Rowe, he put in, Robinson, Williams, and all them stuff, right? And that instantly changed the game. So they created a mid-block, and they targeted our midfield. So we couldn't play passes up to Cunha or Mbeumo or even Benjamin Sesko. So that was sort of a deadlock. And I got to give it to Marco Silva for doing so. But we're going to talk about the goal that came in from Lenny Yoro, because I thought that Lenny Yoro in this match was the man of the match. The number of interceptions Lenny Yoro did for a 19-year-old kid dominating the backline was amazing, right? However, there was a little bit of a push, but not enough to be like, a disallowed goal. But the way he took the header was sublime. I would say that Lenny Yoro was sublime in this game, and that is a positive for me, right? It was a positive. And the rest, we couldn't hold on to the lead. We couldn't. I think we went 19 minutes playing, being up 1-0. I was thinking, here we go get for the second, but that didn't happen. Instead, what happened is that they figured out how we were setting up and how we were playing. So Marco Silva did a masterclass in that to create a mid-block, preventing us even from doing counter-attacking football. And that was it. I'm going to talk about Bruno Fernandes stinker, because I mentioned it a couple of times. Like, if Bruno doesn't have a good game, it seems to reflect on the rest of the team that we have a bad game. That's been the constant denominator even from the last season. Now, if you look at who's at fault for the 1-1 goal, you got to zoom in and you got to look, because people were asking me, hey, Mick, who was at fault? Well, first of all, it started with Diego Deloy. Like, defensively, Diego is a little bit suspect. However, we got cooked by having Amad Diallo playing as a left wing back. And we actually have this kid running at him. what was his name? I can't remember his name. Was it Josh King? Yeah, I think it was Josh King. But anyway, we put in Diego Deloy in the second half, especially if you look at that particular goal, he got done, and there was a cross that came in. And then you see who is tracking the runner, who is tracking Emil Smith-Rowe that just came in, fresh legs. It was actually Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes had him on the 6-yard box, but Bruno Fernandes was sleepwalking, ball watching. And what you see was Emil Smith-Rowe just gliding past like a ghost. A free run and a tap in. And that was 1-1. And from there, we didn't look like we could lay a glove on them. So we just saw at the game at the end of the day, 1-1. Yeah, it feels like a loss. It's a dross. Second half, I would say that it wasn't good. That I agree with everyone else, that wasn't good enough. But you can't really judge the whole game by saying it's a disgrace. It's same old, same old. It's not same old, right? Of course, we are not scoring goals at the moment, right, in open play. But remember that these players are still integrating. We haven't seen the best of Cunha. We haven't seen the best of Mbeumo as of yet. We haven't seen Benjamin Sesko firing as of yet because he's still getting integrated. So patience, patience, patience is all I have to say. I'm not going to sit there like my neighboring channels to be negative for clicks. No, I'm going to give it as real, raw as possible to say that second game in, yes, we should have that 3 points that would help us. 3 points would, I think it would lead us up to 5th place. But still, Premier League, there's a lot of games to be played, guys. So I wouldn't be worried because we had 1 point in 2 games. Next game, we're playing home, and that should be 100% 3 points, and we are back into the race. But to sit here and react that everything is shit, Rúben Amorim to be sacked, I've seen a lot of Twitter fans saying that as well. I've seen some neighboring channel talking gobshite without even having substance to it. I say it's too premature to even call for the players to say, well, they are lazy, or call for Rúben Amorim, he will be sacked, X, Y, Z. This is the same old overreaction of Manchester United fans. There are, I do understand, but I'm not going to be that person anyway. So I've given my reaction to it, my realistic reaction after sleeping on it, because as I said yesterday, I couldn't string a three words into it. All I was thinking was first half good, second half not good, and then what? Bruno Fernandes was shit. Yeah, 100%. It's been Mick Ruby, MUFC Realist TV, having my little bit of a mini rant regarding everything surrounding Manchester United in the game yesterday, but I'm feeling hopeful because I see changes are coming. The way we are playing. But, however, that needs to be on 2 halves, in my opinion, in 2 periods of game. You can't just apply for the pressure on 45 minutes and just sleep in the next 45, guys. Let me know your thoughts and feelings. Guys, I'm off to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia on a flight. I might see you a little bit later, but like and subscribe and take it easy. It's Monday, people. Bye for now. Glory, glory. Manchester United. Send it. Boom.